You are listening to These Walls Can Talk, a Hope Outdoor Gallery podcast.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of These Walls Can Talk. I am your co-host, Chris Scull, along with my sister, Andy Scull, founder of Hope Outdoor Gallery. And we've got some awesome guests in the house today. My very good friend, Efren, a.k.a. ER, one of my favorite artists, and amongst many other things, poker playing friend. You laugh at my jokes. You do all the things that good friends love. So glad you're here. As well, glad to be here. Yeah, as well as Britt, a.k.a. Britt Paints a Lot. You also such a phenomenal artist, and you two are a little more magical and unique that you are a couple.
Yes. Yeah, we are. About, it'll be 4 years in February, yeah?
Yeah?
Man, wow, time just flies.
For real.
I swear.
Yeah. That's
Dude,
been good.
I know. I mean, it's been such a pleasure watching you guys' journey. You know, it's not just a relationship. It's like you just both have been sharing so much love and giving so much to so many, and even sharing all your different adventures, which I can't wait to hear more about.
Yeah.
Been fortunate.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, and then I think for me, there's also a super special part with Efren, because when we first started this project, I remember you being one of the first artists that I knew about that had kind of a really cool story about being an artist in the park, which, you know, here on the table we have a chunk of the wall with the...
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm pretty sure I'm in there somewhere.
Literally, I was just
So
about to say that. Like, you're responsible for probably several layers of this like giant chunk. So I thought that would be kind of a cool way to jump off, because you're in both books.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. I remember when one of the first times I first met you, I was going to the park to paint, and I was just really excited about the potential of that place, and I just wanted to be a part of it somehow. And I guess you were there at the same time I was, and you just needed some help bringing a table to that little office. Remember, you had the little office?
Oh, right. Yeah.
So,
we did so many things.
So that was like, I felt like that was my way in. And so
Heavy lifting.
And so there was a few errands I would just help you out throughout the year, just little things, dropping things off at that office.
You did.
And, you know, just getting to know you. You're just a wonderful person. Then meeting Chris. But
He's
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, and anytime anyone brings up stuff about the park, I'm always like, it's still an army of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It takes, no matter what kind of project it is, so many to really like participate, cooperate, communicate, and collaborate.
Yeah,
And
even the I'm not sure what group it was, but they would be out there cutting like the grass and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, there was so many different coordination and groups. I mean, at the beginning we had Lions Club and Boy Scouts.
That was it. Yeah, the Boy Scouts out there.
There used to be grass or like on the sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There would be,
Yeah.
early
On the
times, there was
sides.
poison
No.
ivy,
Oh, there
there
were
was
bushes.
thorns, there
Yeah.
was rose
There were
stuff.
I
trees.
think most of that was gone by the time I showed
Yeah.
up.
But you know that top
But the
middle
sides.
wall during the spring, that would just be like 4 foot tall grass that
Oh,
you really
really?
couldn't see it, and
Oh yeah.
covering up your pieces and
Yeah,
called the
it was
Boy
like
Scouts.
if it wasn't uncut, if it wasn't like if it wasn't cut, it was like fucking Jumanji out there, like trying to discover things.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
where'd my can go? Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta go through this.
Well, and it was like a miracle. You're like, we literally just cut and mowed this down
Yeah.
like last week.
Yeah.
And it just shows like a tribute to nature,
Yeah.
and in a way to what we were even doing. You know, that it's not, everything was meant to be, you know, kind of temporary.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Through the moment, and then and just a straight up bush
Yeah.
would grow out of the concrete.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but for sure, I'll never forget that too. Like you and so just being so helpful and wanting to know. And there were many times where I was pregnant and literally couldn't be lifting things. I'm like, I could really use some help right now. But I'd love for you to share your story about, even picking up a spray can for the first time out at Hope. Isn't that right?
Well, my first official piece was at Hope. I've played with spray paint before that, not really, on like pieces of wood at home or something. And I remember it was 2012, December is when I hit something up there. I just moved from Florida to Austin, and I did a really small, crappy owl that said, I'll be at Basel next year, because I was just learning about Art Basel in Miami, and I was like, I want to be there, but just moved to Austin, but yeah.
And you used the pun. That hits me right here. I mean, you always got, I got respect on that from you.
Yeah.
The natural blood brother thing.
Yeah. I'll be there for you anytime you need me. I'll be there.
And I'll always laugh at your jokes.
I'll take it. I'll take anyone I can get, my friend.
But yeah, I mean, that's.
Which, by the way, weren't you guys both at Art Basel? I mean, now maybe a couple times?
No, that was.
I've been twice now.
Yeah.
Once with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was during COVID though, so it was like kind of it was like
Not official.
unofficial.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we definitely want to go next year.
Yeah.
Go back soon, for sure. And
But
paint.
how interesting from 2012 cut to 2021.
Yeah. It's we were actually living in Florida at the same time, but we just didn't know each other.
No
In
way.
the same area. Like I was in Tampa, she was in St. Pete. Maybe cross paths at a bar somewhere. But,
Yeah, probably.
totally different people back then, but.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But yeah, I mean that's where I learned how to spray paint for sure. Just practicing in the 110-degree summer days, and bring a cooler of beer out there, and that's where I met so many of my friends that I have today, like Heath, Molly, and Boulevard of Spray TX. I met clients that have stayed friends till this day, and I mean every artist that I'm close to I've met at the Hill. Truth, Jason Adderley, all these people. So it definitely has a special place in my heart. But
yeah,
a lot of fun, and I was drinking back then, so a lot of crazy things would.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's kind of been another topic that's come up on the show, which I think is super dope. And I love, again, having it be about the behind the scenes and what did it take and the crazy stories, and having a lot of artists kind of transitioning into drinking a lot of tea.
Yeah.
But having
Coffee.
like the clarity of vision in different ways, and it's all important. It's all important to share. Helps.
I think so, yeah. I mean, everyone's on their own journey, and just for me, that was just the thing to cut out. I mean, I'll still go to bars and hang out with friends and buy beers for my friends, but, it'll be 3 years.
It's awesome.
nice.
Very soon, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Amazing.
And you've got other little creative outlets, like within your diet.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
totally, definitely.
So everyone picking their own path of what works and what mellows you out, what kind of gets you going. But what I love is, it seems like doing the work gets you all going a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Production. That's been a motto of mine that I've been trying to adopt recently, is production through discipline. I mean, that was just one thing that, I mean, we can get in our own way a lot.
Yeah, he's just started painting in the studio again, and that's really helped me also, because I want to produce more studio work as well, like in between murals. Murals will always be the main focus, but then it's or even after a mural, coming home and still doing painting, even if I'm tired, just for like a little hour. It helps to have, he's got something on the easel and I have something on the easel or on the wall. And just having that energy with him being there painting too, I'm like, well, I shouldn't be sitting here watching TV. Because it's our studio is our home. It's like right in our living room. So you can have distractions, but having works there kind of brings us in and makes us more productive. So I'm excited to see like what we create this year. So
Dude.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to get there. But so I have to know, like, because you both are such incredibly talented artists, have your own styles. You've been able to collaborate in so many different ways, too. But I don't actually know the real story of how you guys, like, met.
And Britt, how'd you tell us a little bit more how you got here from Florida and other places? What-
Yeah, I actually moved to Austin completely blindly. I'd never been here. Just someone who told, like, I'd started painting a little bit again when I was in Florida, and not murals, just like canvas work. And I had a coworker tell me, you should just try Austin, you'll love it, it's super creative. So I just moved here blindly.
Wow.
And the first year I actually I Googled like art and cool stuff in Austin, and of course the gallery came up, and I was like, that looks cool, seeing all the graffiti, and I was like, sold. And and I moved here, and the first year I kind of was the girl that went there and like would hand a stranger the phone and take a picture of me and the art, and I would pose, and then like a year later I finally got the courage to go paint there myself, and
Amazing.
for my 33rd birthday, and I like used Rustos, and I painted this like 33 unicorn. It was terrible.
It on the ground too?
Yeah, on the top, on the ground. Yeah, and I was like so high. Like I still feel that excitement because I was just like, oh, this is so fun. And then we met through Stefan Richter. Richter's an artist. The first time, like you were at a party at their house, and
I barely remember.
but like
that.
we said, yeah,
Beerly? Maybe you were Beerly, remember?
That was 4 years ago.
yeah, we said hi, and then he was out. But I had followed him anyway. Like I just liked his energy, and then we saw each other again, like, and talked officially at Cherry Cola Dog, which is that art warehouse that we'd spend a lot of time
Live
painting at. And
yeah.
Yep.
then that progressed to like, hey, let's, we became best friends, and he painted at the park, and I was like, well, I tried it like once, and so the second time I tried it was with him, and he's painting like this amazing shark like thing, and I'm still trying to paint this portrait with Rustos, but yeah, it was fun, and then just from there we, you can pitch in, became good, friends, and that turned into something else.
I mean,
Well, and
Yeah.
Everett, he's definitely to me always been, I mean, like a lot of artists, but I feel like always watching you being so kind and helpful to so many. It's just like, just such a part of who you are. And, feeling that and just like just from a distance watching like the magic of the romance happening with you guys was like, they're
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, and he taught me like so much stuff too. But yeah, people from the outside, they're like, "We heard that's a thing," and we're like, "Oh, I don't know, I guess."
Yeah, you were actually talking to someone else when we.
Okay, here we go. Here's the.
we're in a safe space.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
These walls can talk.
Yeah.
They talking.
Let's hear what's up.
Do you want to tell that story?
I think you're better at that.
Yeah, I didn't see. That's so you stepping with who?
No, it was like a casual. I was dating some guy casually, and then we kind of figured that we liked each other
We'll
a
put
little
his
bit
Instagram
more
on the.
about that same time.
Shout out to nobody.
Yeah, I'd already invited this other guy to this party that night at Cherry, but he had been my fun party friend, and so it was like, and yeah. But I didn't have the guts to tell the other guy. I'd started liking someone else, and so it was just like, it'll be fine. And we end up hanging out until 5 in the
Just
morning.
the three of us at this.
Korean karaoke.
There's this Korean
Awkward.
karaoke spot up north where you can bring your own beer. You have your own rooms.
Late
It's-
night?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
until
what?
5 a.m. They'll
Yeah.
sell you beers, and
Yeah.
it's
Under the table,
pretty.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our little after party.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
definitely cutting that out. We're not telling anybody. Yeah, keep that our own
secret
gem.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So the three of y'all went and sang
Yeah.
karaoke?
Yeah,
I love
like-
that.
And he was
Confidence is high. Repeat.
He was
Confidence
a
is
very
high.
nice guy. Yeah, but not.
Of course.
he was
not as nice as Ephraim, though.
like he
No.
was auditioning for The Voice or something, but
We were texting. I was side texting him, and I think I wrote "I choose you."
Wow.
Was there any specific songs you remember?
I mean my
You were
my
rapping.
go-to songs are always have two go-to songs. Intergalactic.
Planetary.
I don't think you did that one.
Planetary
and
You did some rap song.
no, that is a rap song.
Did you take it
Oh,
to
well.
another dimension? Another dimension?
that one.
Another
Another
dimension?
dimension.
Another dimension?
And Give It Away, Red Hot.
You know what?
Wow.
Those are my two go-to.
Chili Peppers, like for a lot of voices, it's if you have a low voice, you can do those. Chappelle likes some Chili Peppers and Radiohead and such.
As his karaoke songs?
Yeah,
Right
yeah, he
on.
goes there. He goes there, and so does ER.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. That is something we've kind of brought up on the show, that we might end up having like a karaoke party with all the guests that have been on, just
Oh,
because it's just too epic. Like so far, the stories, like, I mean, just I never heard that story.
Yeah. Curtis also, our good friend Curtis, when we were in the car, was my Curtis Griffin Insight. He was driving me and the other guy in the car, and he goes, "Yo, Britt," he's like, "What's up with you and ER? Everybody's talking about it," in front of this guy that I'm on a date with. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're great friends." I like nearly died, but anyway, yeah, that was also a funny thing. Thanks, Curtis.
Well, we've got a surprise for him. We actually brought him here.
Oh yeah.
Come on in.
Oh my god.
What's up, dude? Yeah, no, it all worked out.
Did I get punked?
Anyway, sorry, I had to say that part because that was funny too.
Oh yeah. No, I love it. Amazing. Jeez.
Here we are.
Yeah, I can
Here we
imagine you. There's a song by New Order called "Bizarre Love Triangle." Like you could have sang that one in that little
Oh, yeah.
moment.
In that little karaoke room, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Just us three.
Dude, like that, like just the visual of that made me think of like an Adam Sandler movie or something. Just like, okay, let's throw him in a late night care. Oh yeah, it's like 5:30, and they're still the Koreans are walking in. They're like, "You want more? More?" And they're like, "Bring it."
And I think me and the guy dropped Efren off at somewhere too, like on the way home.
No, stop,
Yeah.
stop. He's like,
She
so you're
went home
both
with him
staying
that
at this
night.
hotel?
Hey.
So your typical love affair, boy
Yeah.
meets girl. Not exactly,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
I love it.
I feel horrible. I feel for sure that guy's gonna listen to this podcast.
No,
He's definitely
no.
following both of you.
Probably not.
Stalking? No.
Oh,
But-
then he's not keeper.
Well, my question, I mean, I've been watching y'all's work individually, but I've been also, it's kind of just, when I go through however you share, like, your work, I've just been continuing to seeing an evolution of getting better and more awesome and more stylized or details. And I feel like both of your styles have made each other better. Like I see that in the collaborations you've done as well as your individual work. And I'm kind of curious on how the artistic relationship, how that goes about.
Well, Brittany she's fantastic at painting portraits, and I've dabbled in it, and it's fun for me. I enjoy doing them, but I've found that when we work together, I'm able to kind of explore and discover things that I like doing outside of that, like abstract stuff, and I'll kind of build an environment for
Yeah.
the portrait or entity that she's painting. So that's been my experience of
Kind of the world that the
diving in.
character's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type of
And
feel.
Yeah.
he's just so it's just so cool what he comes up with, because we may not even have like a real idea yet, but
Yeah.
I'll find, usually it starts with like, okay, this is the wall, let me find a photo, because I work from photo references, so I'll either have like a picture of a friend or ask permission from another photo if it's like on the fly, and I'll be like, oh, I want to paint this one works, and then he'll just like, I mean, it can be the day that we start painting. Like he'll
Usually
look at
is,
the
yeah.
wall, and he'll look at the photo, and he'll be like, all right. And sometimes he doesn't even tell me. He doesn't know. We don't know yet what's gonna happen, but we know it's something around like cosmic queens, and setting that sort of like a spiritual environment too for our paintings. But yeah, he'll usually do like 2/3 of the painting, and the same time I do like my one portrait. But I just love how like it's literally like my favorite paintings that I've done are collabs with him, because it's just so cool to see the more like abstract style and characterize like elements of your birds or whatever that we put in there, mixed with like more realism. I just love how that looks. And so I think it's cool because both of our strengths just like come out when we work together. But yet it looks like a cohesive piece.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really fun. It's like, I love it. Like, I just can't wait to see where it goes to.
So do I.
Yeah, totally. Well, and that, over the years, that's something that I noticed right away with your work, but then your color combinations. I mean, it's just sick. Like so many times, at first glance, I'm like, wow, how does his brain think like that?
Yeah.
And it's so
I don't know.
beautiful. And I've noticed that kind of different combinations going on in your stuff too. Well, so this show, a big part of it is, meant to be kind of the untold stories, like, of what it took. And I feel like you guys have been doing a lot of traveling, like,
Yeah.
and hitting
Yeah.
the road. And I mean, I don't know. There's got to be some gems from collabing on the road or at the park. I mean,
Well, recently, we spent, it was 2 months in New York, like upstate area, like Ithaca. I drove there, Brittany was in Virginia visiting her sister, so I picked her up on the way. And so we were up there for 2 months just painting here and there. Went to Illinois for a music festival to paint out there during that time. I remember we were in, was this the trip? We were in Tennessee, or is that? I'm getting all my trips
I
mixed together.
know.
We were like in 3 different places.
Because we spent a lot of time in Tennessee too.
Yeah. Well,
I
what
don't
I'm
know
thinking
what
of
you're
right
thinking
now is we're in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And
Tennessee.
And we were searching for some waterfalls. We ate some mushrooms, and then we like went into this.
TLC.
I just find this random waterfall on Google Maps and plug, and
Yeah, they need it.
and
Shout out to Google.
it just takes us into like the woods, and like 20 minutes in, there's like street signs, like regular green street signs, but it's all dirt roads. It was the weirdest thing in the middle of the woods. Like, who is even out here?
It was trippy.
Yeah. And at one point there's this car following us, and I'm pretty sure they were like, I probably had more teeth than them. They probably had weapons on them, but
Oh.
like,
Hey, Sonny.
and just again, it's because we definitely are taking time to bring up microdosing, and because the colors and the
oh yeah, it was a fantastic, like, I felt like we went into like some portal.
A different dimension,
But
yeah.
as-
that's what I was about to say.
Another
Yeah.
dimension.
Yeah.
Another
But on our
dimension.
way out, like, there was this old lady that
Someone
had her
lived
own
there.
little, like, she must have been like a hobbit, because there was like this small little house.
Did you say Hobbit?
Frodo.
Kind of
Frodo.
looked like that.
in
Mrs.
the way that
Frodo.
she's like, had a moss made house or something, like, and it just, it's like there was a bunch of, I don't know if you noticed this, there was a bunch of
Were there crumbs and
license
gingerbread?
plates. There's a bunch of license plates. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, she probably collected them from all the cars
No.
that went in there. I don't know, but it was
She
just,
seemed very cute and friendly, but
Was she shy because she was in the Shire? Okay.
Oh wow, here we
No.
go. You're getting warmed up.
I wanted to go talk to her, but we couldn't really turn her out.
because we were
there's-
shy on mushrooms.
Because the guy following you with
And then,
the
yeah,
high beams.
I actually don't remember that guy, but I was very focused on the views. I wasn't driving or paying attention to anything else. And then we pull out on the highway when we're done.
Yeah,
and we're
we're
like,
like,
what happened?
What just happened?
Like we just,
You both just looked at each other, and then Charlie did he?
yeah.
Was Charlie with
was
you?
Oh, yeah,
definitely there.
yeah.
Shout out to Charlie the dog.
Charlie Fluffy Dog.
Fluffy Dog Charlie on Instagram.
I believe Britt's got a little shout out on her socks. Her apparel,
Yes, yeah,
apparently, is a shout to Charlie,
That was a
Can you
stretch.
see? Can you see?
and as well as obviously badass shoes.
Thanks.
That is amazing. If you're not too modest to,
Oh yeah.
we'll get a little.
How do I? There we go.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Legit.
Style game.
Thank
100.
you.
Even the
Oh, good.
shoelaces.
He usually helps. He's helped me over the years he literally helps like pick out clothes for me because I my fashion sense is a little like I don't know what I'm doing, but I've learned to have some accent pieces at least, and you know he's educated me.
So that choice wasn't an accent dent.
No.
Got
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. How cute and amazing is that, though? Like, that Ephraim styles you.
Yeah, no, he's
He's your stylist.
He really
he's your
is.
wardrobe.
My free stylist.
Yeah.
Oh, freestyle. We can
Oh, yeah.
obviously
Well,
get
that
into
too.
to
That
that. Well, that segues to a little bit of a question I've always had because being a friend of yours, Ephraim, I feel like your music game, when you're in creation mode, you always got music behind you. Obviously, that's a not too abnormal thing to get in create mode, but how much is driven by that, and what did anything you experienced out at the park while painting? I mean, you know what I mean?
Lob it up.
Allie?
Yes, music is definitely a factor when I create, whether it's putting on records at home. Recently grabbed. Do you guys know Thievery Corporation?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Rob
Eric-
Garza is
Eric
here in
Hilton?
Austin.
Yeah. Well,
like, what do you
and
mean here? Like lives here?
yeah.
Oh snap!
Well, and DJ. She's the manager at Justine's.
A lot of so
Lulu.
collaborators
The restaurant,
of
Lulu.
Thievery Corporation.
Yeah, when they're singers.
some of their members are
Anyway, go ahead.
close. Yes, we've heard of them.
We know
Well,
them.
yeah, Eric Hilton just recently dropped his solo project, so that just comes to mind. But at the Hill, there's this DJ that would set up sometimes at the Hill during like South by or something, and you know what I'm talking about?
I didn't mean for us to go there, but there'd be times that music would be planned and put together. I think most of the time we did once a year. We did a pretty awesome event called Recreate, and it would be a ton of artists.
Yeah, that's always fun.
80 artists. I mean, and I don't know how y'all organized or fought over which wall placement and all of that, but
It was like a Hunger Games
Hello
thing.
again.
oh, that's right. Andy
Remember
blueprinted it all.
Visual, audio.
Right.
I always love that sometimes when it's like, yeah, and then all these things just happened. We're like, yeah.
I
like
recall.
someone paid for the garbage and the cleaning and the insurance and the ice and coordinated everyone's spot.
Thank you,
I'm going to go to my room now.
No, but actually that was Chris and Zuzu's idea. They came to me, I think the second year, and they were like, "You don't understand. This is such an incredible space, and it means so much." And I was like, "I do. What are you getting at?" And anyway, that's where Recreate came from.
That's awesome. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So that's cool.
Yeah, they really, really pushed it, and then the whole silent disco thing, just the whole way.
Silent
the
Disco's
first-
out there.
the first Recreate, Chris booked the DJs, and I knew it was impossible to pull a sound permit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, we could do it through, and so it was a daytime thing, but when everyone arrived, they got headphones, and through there we could tell them, hey, hello, welcome to Hope Outdoor Gallery. If you look over the top.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was and all these things were the things we learned and ideas that, we put into the new place. But anyway, there's still like so many stories.
I've only been to one of them, like the one where Ephraim was painting down in one of the pits, and you'd like help each other jump down onto the couch, and there's like Ephraim's painting, and there's like mushrooms coming out of built mushrooms coming out of the side,
yeah.
and I would just remember thinking, and I think this is like shortly after we met, and I'm just thinking, this place is cool. Like, I freaking moved to the best town. Like, what is happening? We're in a pit with a bunch of friends partying and
I just love that
painting.
there was a couch down there.
Yeah, there was a couch.
Oh yeah. Oh, that couch. Man.
The stories that if these couches could talk,
Yeah, yeah.
it would be so fucking amazing.
Man, that's a double header right there.
I mean, this is a love seat. I'm just all about love.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, that
see
was
what Evan
Stratosphere
does?
now.
Yeah.
He creates that people.
I feel welcome here.
Yeah, I forget. It was like you, Stutz, and
Joe
Joe
Mao.
Mao, yeah.
I mean, the recreates are always so fun. Just amazing to see all these people painting at once and just go from blank white to every color in the rainbow, like in 4 hours. It's just insane to see
just such a cool
hundreds and hundreds of people just walking around. And yeah. Man, I
Yeah.
miss that place. I
Yeah.
try not to think about it sometimes, man.
I know, because it's so
is-
hard. It's
Yeah.
just such special memories. Like,
Well, and then it's fascinating too in terms of like all of the art forms and the reasons why we collaborate and come together. You know, that ultimately it's all just the energy and growth. You know, it's not. In fact, I love that when we first started relocating, you guys came out and the very very first walls.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
something teeny.
yeah, but you wrote something awesome. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember, but I've got a great photo of it, which is going to basically be history. I don't know if
Yeah.
you really realize that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
No, I don't realize that.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't tell him about the statue we have of him.
Is that why
Fred
you had me
above.
come over and pose for you? Chris?
Blindfold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, it's super
Could you
sweet
just
what
like
he
put
wrote.
your hand on your hip, like a little?
And when I dip, you dip, we dip. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, okay. I don't want. I was excited for you guys to come on because also, you know, COVID. There were some really cool things that I felt we all ended up kind of coming together on, and right when all the bars were getting
Yeah,
walled
that's
up, and we did the Hope for Health campaign, and you guys, as usual, were like, we're in, and did some great pieces on 6th Street, which made CNN.
Yeah.
And I think, didn't you guys collab
Oh,
on one of the
I didn't know
trucks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for
I passed
Minamoto.
it the other day up north. I was like, I've never seen it in the wild. But
Yeah, people are
it
always
was
sending
so
us
cool.
photos of it on the road.
Yeah,
It was
people
really
send us
cool.
photos, but I haven't seen it yet until recently, and actually passed the Minamoto Foods place. So
Shout out to Minamoto.
Yes.
Yeah, for those that didn't know, that company reached out and they wanted to compensate and support a lot of local artists here, and they got all their delivery trucks kind of beautified by a
Yeah.
lot of our
And they
favorite artists.
they
here.
deliver food to homeless kitchens. Is that what that is?
They do a combination. So I think one of their give backs is to not waste any food, and so therefore they kind of bring it to those in need. Yeah,
That's
so
awesome,
it's
yeah.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
really cool.
utilizing what they got, but yeah, it's cool to see your work driving by
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
down
That
the highway.
That was definitely one of the first projects into the pandemic.
I think so. Besides that, the boarded up businesses, which was
Yeah.
awesome too.
Yeah, that was
you know.
really cool. I mean, it was just
It was weird.
It was weird being downtown with no one out there, and then there's just a bunch of artists all hanging out painting together. And like briefly, I'm like, holy cow, we're at the Hope Outdoor Gallery right now. This is so weird.
Yeah, it was just artists, quiet.
But
and
on
the people
6th
that live
Street,
there.
Yeah.
which is
People that live
normally
there.
packed,
Yeah.
and but at that time I would think none of us really knew. We were spraying down our cereal. We were hand sanitizing like
Yeah.
a motherfucker. But we just didn't know.
Yeah.
So to be out there like almost Walking Dead type shit, or
Yeah.
like Ghostland feels.
It
Ghost
was
Town.
It
so
was
weird.
eerie.
Well, I remember when we were all brainstorming, and I was, and I'm still concerned. I mean, I think it's so important more for people to just focus on their health and immunity. But we're like, man, it'd be cool if we could do something. So we're like, well, maybe we could do some sort of program and then collect, make bags for artists that then have soup and vitamins and just immunity things, and just to like help everyone feel like everything's gonna be fine, just like try and be calm. And I'm like, well, and then the other dope thing is spray artists wear gas masks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's one of the only art forms that already comes with built-in
Yeah.
P49 mask or
Yeah.
whatever.
I remember wearing
We went to the
mine
grocery store
yeah.
once. And this
Definitely
lady's
wore that
like,
to HEB, and I remember
You're an
I remember,
artist,
like,
aren't you?
like people looking at me like,
what
is
are
this
you?
guy thinking? Like,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, you guys don't know what's about to happen.
She's like,
Ahead
I
of
know
the
what you're
curve.
doing. You're an artist. And I was like, got me.
Bingo.
And then who knew the mask,
No,
the mass production of masks
Yeah.
would then begin to.
we had no idea it would last that long because I painted a masked person too with Unruly, and yeah, we just thought at that time we were painting it's gonna last like a few weeks, and had no idea it'd be over 2 years. And,
I remember when we were working on a mural at Wanderlust, and like 3 days into the project, we all find out like, oh, Boston's going on lockdown. It's like,
Like,
okay,
and South
that's
by's
when it
not
got
happening,
real.
and
Yeah, that's when
we're
they
like,
canceled South
oh darn, like whoa.
by. Yeah.
Still didn't really know like what what was about to go down.
So yeah, it's just strange to
but-
think back 2 years. That's
But yeah,
insane.
Oh yeah, total mind blow.
Yeah.
Like literally just a year ago. What?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I was painting those, I just say because it's funny because we're right next door to Friends Bar too. But when I was painting one of the boarded up businesses, I actually got like a few other people like reach out to have their places painted. And while I was painting another one, a car just drove by and handed out a $200 check to me, and said, "Can you paint down the street?" And I was like, of course I can. Like, and like, it was the most random thing, like, anyone's ever done. And then I got a couple friends and we just painted, we had a fun jam day, but it was like the most like random, nice thing somebody could do. And I was just like, what is this car? Like, I kind of like ignored the car first. Like, why are they like slow
Creeping.
driving up to me? And he hands a legit check out to me. So yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
so it's
Oh my God.
it's one of
love
my
that.
memories. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it definitely had the vibes of being at the outdoor gallery. Just all of us out there painting.
Yeah, people are just like really grateful during this
Yeah,
time
yeah.
for
People
art.
walking by
and-
would comment on it, just like we were just at the hill hanging out. or at
Yeah.
the gallery.
I think people really appreciated art even more during this time, which was like, it was just special to be a part of that and to be able to, try to make people feel a little better.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's relatable. It's like, hey, folks are being active. We're not trapped. And again, I know a lot of people dealt with shit in so many different ways, but I'll always remember. I mean, everybody's pieces, but there's one, and I don't know if it was Luis, but the one of the eyeballs
yeah.
looking out the
That's my
yeah.
favorite
out
one.
the
That's
blinds.
so
It
Yeah,
says,
Is it safe?
"Is it safe?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like just the relatability of like, okay, everyone's
that
making a
piece.
comment on this, and sometimes it's an uplifting message, but it's also relatable. It's like, yeah, we're gonna get through this shit. We're gonna figure it out, but we relate to this.
Yeah. I'm just so thankful
Yeah.
that you guys, Hope, were created these projects
You started
for
that, yeah.
many artists during
Yeah.
the very beginning to
Everything.
yeah.
I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Oh,
What
I
you
mean,
guys
what's,
have
what's
done.
crazy is that was the busiest, like one of the busiest years, if not the busiest year.
Really?
Was
No shit.
2020.
What?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
How?
Tell me. Yeah.
Just private commissions, painting people's backyards. The projects that you guys would bring us, whether it's painting at the Native or like the Motor Truck,
Just little
other
things, yeah.
businesses that my thought was, do they have like a budget that they got to spend throughout the year so they're able to find these, go ahead and find, go through with some projects, but like food trucks and
Well, I was like, I paint, some restaurants and businesses that didn't, they're shut down. So they want to like redo or like do those little projects. And maybe they didn't have a big budget, but they still were like, hey, we've got a wall, like we want to redo something or,
Yeah.
put a mural on. I was able to quit my other job during 2020. I think a lot because of the experience on 6th Street, because people were able to see my handle and my work and reach out to me that way. And yeah, it was little, but it was like enough. Each one was enough to like just give me the confidence to keep going.
I've been curious because I watch y'all through your travels. Do you have any other travel stories or just some random shit like? And you've gone
Oh, I got
overseas.
one.
You've gone Caribbean festivals, like
Oh,
right? I mean, there's a lot
went
of
to
different things.
Bali.
yeah.
That was
to Bali in
amazing.
Tell
Couple years
us
ago.
Was 2019? Yeah.
Yeah.
what went down. How did that connect happen? All
Well,
that.
Britt has been wanting to go there for a minute, and so she kind of spearheaded that the whole trip, and on the way out there, I wanted to paint something, so I just Googled art events in Bali, and through that search, I found this artist, Geed Art.
What's up, Geed?
He's in Ubud. But he held a weekly artist meetup, and I was like, hey, is it cool if we come through? We just want to paint live. He ended up having a hostel that we stayed in, and we painted that up. We painted at the event. He found us other walls in town.
Yeah,
He's just a
two
really
other
good
walls.
dude.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing how that happened.
Yeah, he ended up literally finding, like, he was like our friend and our tour guide and our painting buddy, like, for, I mean, maybe half the trip, you know, we kept in contact with him, and we still keep in contact with him. We really want to bring him here to paint, so
Let's do
we'll
it.
have to talk about that because
he
we
wants
want
to
to help
start
him
a program, like an exchange
to
kind of
get him
program,
over
but-
here because he's really involved in his community there with art, and like what he did for us was like, you know, transformative to be able to have that experience and with a local, and that was awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, that's kind of the best thing. Is like artist exchange in that regard, and to be able to, you know, kind of flip it to where that artist comes to your home. It's amazing to watch, you know, kind of creatives support each other in those realms where you're your family right away because you're already an ally through the art form. Comics say it like anybody, any medium. Yeah. It's normally like, I love what you do. Let's come break bread. Let's do this. You need a place to stay. You need supplies.
We're on
Feel
the
like
same,
that.
We're on the same struggle bus.
Yeah, it's crazy to like experience that because you know, I'm a little late to the game being, you know, full-time artist, and just like traveling and meeting people. It's like, even if you've never met the person or just chatted with them on Instagram once or twice, like you feel like they're family, and like I've never really experienced that with like complete strangers. Like it's like a automatic like connection. Yeah, it's cool.
I love what ER just said, the struggle bus. Because well, we've had, you know, different guests and friends. We all have kind of our own signature things that we say, but sometimes it's dope when it's something that's like, I'm gonna use that. That's great. I always say the Muppet bus. Whenever we're like, but I'm like, I got more Muppets for the Muppet bus.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, it's the fun bus.
Waka,
But
waka, waka. Yeah,
it
all
is
that
a little bit of the struggle bus. You know, sometimes.
But it's kind of like everyone's. It's the band of misfits. Like everybody, you can look at it like everybody's. They're either misfits and everyone's got their own style and everyone's accepted, or they're badass superheroes where everyone's got their own power and they're all accepted. And then when you guys combine, just like when you all collaborate or we do a larger thing, or it's you know, paint battles, which I love and love for y'all to share some of that too. But you just get to see everyone be themselves, and you're kind of rooting for each other while doing it.
Yeah, for sure. It's it's a lot of fun. Did you have a travel story?
Well, I mean,
We'll get to the art battles. But
well,
Very
it's
good.
not anything
Look at
related
that.
to art.
He's
Thank
a stylist
you,
and
but
a gentleman.
we locked Charlie in my car at like midnight on one of our trips.
we were like in the middle of.
Wait, he got locked in there?
Oh yeah,
So we
with
stopped
the
to
keys.
get gas in Arkansas. It was.
Oh.
Left the keys inside.
Yeah, Arkansas on the way to
Go
Tennessee.
get gas, and then
And
come back to the car. He likes to hop up on the door, look for Britt,
and he locked.
and he locked us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And so for like 15 minutes,
we're
we're
trying
trying
to
to
get
like
him to like jump up and.
come back to this side, because he'll go back and forth. We'll walk around the car to try to get him to go to the other window to put his paw on that unlock button. Didn't work, so we go back to the other side, see if he'll come over to this one.
my
Got so close a few times.
Yeah.
And
Charlie, get the little wire hanger.
Yeah,
Put your
well-
paws together.
and there were cops at the gas station.
We asked two of the cops. There's two cops that came by, and they basically told us that we could just call, like they wouldn't help us, that we could call a tow truck. So we'd already been driving like 10 hours. It's like midnight. We're exhausted. And I mean, it wasn't hot or anything, so he was fine in the car. But like, we're like, and I'm just looking around, like kind of looking lost. And this car rolls up, and he's like, yeah, you need help? And I was like, yeah, I just locked my dog in the car, and we don't know what to do. The cops can't help us, and we didn't want to wait for AAA or anything like that. And because it would have been a few hours.
He's
and
like, I got you.
He's
So
like, I got you.
He drives down maybe like 15 seconds down the road, goes to a motel, comes back with a hanger, and then pops our lock.
yeah, they got
Really
it open.
nice, really nice dude.
Didn't ask for any. Like he was just doing a favor.
Was it D?
No.
Shout
D Money.
D Money. Thank you, D Money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You can find him on
he,
Facebook,
He gave him
D-Money. He
some.
makes some
Yeah,
music.
we're Facebook friends now. Shout out to you.
I gave him a couple
Wow.
shirts.
Yeah, because
Shout
we
out to
didn't
D
have
Money.
anything, so we're like, but we want to thank you because like, man, I
Yeah.
mean, that would have, if he didn't show up and just do that, you know,
Yeah.
we would have been stuck there for who knows
Hours.
how long.
I know.
Hours for sure.
I know why. I just saw that as like a whole music video story.
Oh,
D
yeah.
Money
Like-
in the house.
Like with the what, and then you on the other side. It's like a dance beat, and like the dog's going back and forth and trying to get the.
Yeah, I mean, I would love
Just
to
trying
do
to
that.
unlock our potential.
Yeah. I still got the rust on the door, you know, to show, to remember that evening.
Man, but D Money
yeah.
saved the day. He
He
made
did.
the best out of the situation.
It was
Could
just
Really nice.
so
it could have
nice.
been. It could have been much more. Rough.
I mean, dude,
Oh my gosh.
there it was. I was waiting.
I was
waiting for it.
I was panting. I was waiting. My little.
Turn.
You were pawing at it for a minute.
I was waiting.
my gosh.
I was just trying to get there.
So when we were in Bali, so we were out there for like a month, and we rented a scooter, so we had that the whole month, just getting around, and
Love that.
like we'd be going from here to there, finding spots. There's this one restaurant, we were just hungry, and we wanted to paint, and so I traded a small mural for 2 plates of dinner.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And during that, while I was painting that, a volcano was erupting behind me. Like
Yeah.
in the distance, kind of just puffing a little bit smoke out. All the tourists were like up on this big hill watching it. But during like for like
Yeah,
an hour,
we
I'm just
didn't know,
wondering
'cause
like,
we were
oh,
just-
I guess they're just watching the sunset.
Yeah, because there's like people going. Like,
They're running
collecting at
past
the- Yeah.
There's like
They really want
orange
to catch
things
that
kinda-
sunset.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a fireworks show.
Maybe it's happy hour. I mean, I know how I am when it's the last 10 minutes.
Yep, we missed
See
it.
Evan with his headphones on. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's gonna be all right.
Paint little sea turtles and
I know. Some like dope ass eagle flying with like a.
Y'all smell anything?
yeah. Like, oh, look at that pretty stuff coming.
So for like 27 days into the trip, we're pretty safe on that moped or on the scooter. And then we're going down this pretty skinny road and kind of had a little 8-inch drop off the side. And in Bali, you're on the
Sketchy
left.
roads.
You're on the left side, so it's backwards from here in the States. And I mean, it's really a skinny road, and these cars are just passing you, maybe going like 30, 40. And so it's pretty sketchy. And then got a little too close. I freaked out. I overcorrected a little too much. So then we jumped off the road and skidded and fell and maybe skidded for like 10 feet, it felt like. And, we were both banged up and scratched up.
Yeah, we were okay.
I lost my GoPro on that fall. So then there was like a little house, brick house of locals living there. And so we go there and they're like putting like plants on Brittany's
Put
legs.
I forget what it was called, but they were like super nice. Like they came over to me, like tried to help me, and like she was rubbing this like that stung, but this plant on while he was going. Oh yeah,
I was looking for the GoPro and we're just kind of collecting ourselves. But,
offered us coffee.
Yeah. They took care of us, and as a thanks, we painted like a little mural on the house.
Yeah, it was like I think they had like I don't know.
It was like 2 kids, so I did
Yeah.
like these little owls.
You did, like,
to kinda
4 little
represent the
owls.
family.
Yeah,
But
so
they're
it
real
was
nice.
super cute because, like, I mean, they were so nice to us. They had little puppies. like,
Yeah. Oh, that's
puppies.
Right.
Oh man.
yeah, it was just like, I mean, yeah, it sucked that, we're so glad we were okay. And it sucked that we fell off and, lost your GoPro. But it was like we connected with this, like, awesome family, who just reached out for tourists and they're, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it's the best.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're real
so
kind up there.
yeah. I mean, man, I can't lie. I'm kind of like I cook at my house. I'll do like a couple weeks,
Okay.
Like
We'll put some potholes
Yeah.
just so you can get the same feel. Couple little
I
slick
Joe
slick.
versus volcano on.
which you did that at Chris's, didn't you, back in the day?
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
that was
Oh,
a
yeah.
while back.
That was love, man. Yeah, my old place, Scalagio. Anyone? I think we bonded through like nights of hanging out with a lot of friends playing cards, and Efren's pretty awesome card player.
Which I think is another cool part of Austin culture. Chris and I kind of always just these kind of get-togethers at houses of creative group. Not that it doesn't go on everywhere in the world,
Sure.
but I feel like it's not like known or advertised, right? Like,
Well, that's the other bond is like, catching up with friends, playing cards, playing games, doing something, but being able to turn off the work, but still connect through music, through talking shit, through what have you. And that was like what I look forward to the most, and that's kind of how we became more friends.
For sure.
Because you're not always out at the park, and most of the time when you're out there, you're in the midst. Especially you were one of the first folks that not just painted, but you brought work.
Yeah.
You connected with a lot of the folks that arrived there, and you had work to sell on smaller medium, not just wall space, but yet you took the time to talk to all those folks. But the give back, I think, to me, was my old place. My backyard had a pretty nice fence ready to have a statement, and yeah, you made an awesome kind of boombox style
I remember seeing that
piece with the little details in it. The eyes, the ER style eyes were in the tweeters, and all the things within it. It was just kind of throwback hip hop, all the things that was kind of what I liked. And yeah, you threw down.
That meant a lot to me to do, because I feel like it was still kind of in the early stages of me figuring the mural game out. And it was just awesome that you allowed me to do a lot more freestyle with just playing off of your concept. So, just gave me the confidence that I can be myself while collaborating with someone else's vision. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I learned a lot through that project.
You're welcome. I'm just so glad that I could.
That's what
I
you
could
do, man.
No, but you make you make a good point though. It's like everything leads to
meanwhile,
the next
Chris
thing.
is like, holy damn, he's doing that for me in my backyard.
I think I owe you a couple buy-ins, a couple more buy-ins. Like once we get back to some cards, but yeah, no, you make a good point though. It's like the evolution of each project. You get stronger from it, and you kind of learn a little bit more, especially when you're collaborating with a client or a vision it's a shared vision. It's not just yours, and how to still keep it and make it yours, and feel proud of it while still, seeing somebody else's input through it.
You brought up that I would bring a table of prints and shirts to the Hope Outdoor Gallery.
Yeah.
And I did that for a while. I was making rent on the weekends sometimes, or 3 weekends. I was able to make rent for several
hustled.
months just by just by bringing stuff out there. And meet potential clients and friends through that kind of thing. I remember one time I working on a piece at the Hope Outdoor Gallery, and I working on it for maybe 2-3 hours, and I go to sign it, and then all of a sudden people start clapping. There's like maybe 50 people behind me that start clapping. I was like, what just happened? This is
Because you didn't
weird,
realize
but
that
it
you were so
felt-
focused on
it
your
felt
art,
cool.
you
It
didn't
was
see.
cool.
Yeah, that's like when you do the battles, like you don't turn around.
Yeah.
You don't turn
Right.
around, and then you turn around like when you're done, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
shoot, that's more people than I realized.
You sure that wasn't at the volcano? They're like, wow, that's amazing. You're just like bowing down. Thank you.
They're all like, no, run. And they're like,
Oh,
Get out of here.
stop painting.
Let's go.
I thought it was weird when I
I'm
heard
like, they're
someone
all
say,
clapping for you,
this will be the
Efren.
last thing I see.
Molten hot lava.
That's fire. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I see what
Oh,
you did
man.
there.
I would just be
Very
like, yay.
That's good. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Charlie's in the car, locked. Fuck y'all.
It's like, no.
Nope, don't trust
I'm
it.
saying
Click.
it's safe in here.
Where's Money D?
Meanwhile, yeah, it cuts to like I don't know, like the pet, like he's in the car and talking to his little phone. Yeah, I found my own quiet space.
Yeah.
Just figured I'd just lock myself in the car, then go do that festival thing.
Just need a zen
Little
moment.
disco nap. Yeah.
Dude, well, I appreciate you bringing that up. Like really watching the park go to a place where it was really
Oh yeah.
creating the means for so many artists to, take their skills to the next level, take their careers to the next level, take all
Yeah.
their relationships to the next level.
I mean, I remember being there when it was, kind of like just the artist hangout, and then it turns into, it builds this community around the artists that support the arts, and it's just amazing to really get the vibe of Austin there, for me anyway,
Do you still have your like little card or something?
Oh yeah,
you
I
had?
got my little.
You showed me. I was like, what?
Yeah,
That's
when
cool.
Miles, shout out to Starkey.
Starkey.
Yeah.
When he was
smiles.
selling not selling, he was
Smiles.
when you would have to have a pass to paint there. I still got my card. It's like really torn up
Yeah.
and stuff, but I got it in plastic hanging up on my wall.
Oh my God! So someone else brought that up too. That was right when I brought Billy Bishop out and I called Shepard, and then Nate and I got together and we're like, okay, this is gonna work. This will be how we do it. And I was like, yeah, the Venice Beach Art Balls does it like this, and blah, blah.
Okay.
So it's this whole concept. And then like real quick, like we're like, this is not working. Which we agreed. We're like, we're not, the only plan was to create a way to coordinate for the artists, to make it where, I don't know, there was some sort of, we weren't sure exactly how it was all going to go.
Well, it went well.
I know. I mean, we learned a lot and in incredible ways. I've ever told you about the spray paint. Well, you probably know this from being out there. The first time spray paint was being sold
there?
at the park.
Yeah. Out of the
A little bit.
off the table or like out of the trailer.
Oh no, I meant out of the garbage.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yes. Yeah, dude. Some people are making a killing doing that.
Some people, no, Jesse and the band of awesome, the homies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I'd come out and I'd see the trash cans like turned over. I was like, what is going on here? And then we found out that a whole new business had budded out of the park. And I was like, wow, genius. So a bunch of the homeless dudes were figuring out that people would pay $10 for a can that had even a little bit in it. So they'd see tourists walking up. They're like, you need some spray paint?
Yep.
And they were
Yeah.
killing it.
My
Yeah.
Be
They were
shaking it
killing
like
it.
the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
gosh.
Jeez,
Just
some people would
The
like,
scraps.
some people would just walk up to my bucket or my crate and just try to pull a can out. I was like, dude,
And start
sorry,
painting
no.
while you're painting.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've just finished a piece, turned around, starting to pack my cans in my crate, turned back around. There's like this little 5-year-old girl just putting a red dot on my piece. I mean, can't hate.
No, no.
Everything's temporary, but it was like,
Yeah.
I didn't push her that hard. No, I'm just kidding.
That's it. She might still be in one
She
of those.
tripped.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn today. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was a cool part of the park too. That it's just like everything would be painted over. Within, if it lasted more than a day, like props to you.
Yeah, that was a
But,
good thing. If it
like,
lasted a week, you're like,
I-
respect.
But as like a
Right.
new artist for me, I think that was like really important because, when you don't want your new art to be up there long, so you kind of like you paint something and you're like, I take a picture of it and it's fine because like it's going to be gone anyway. So like, because you're practicing, you're still learning. So like, yeah, I mean, at the end of each piece, I was definitely really proud, but like, I wouldn't want them to still be up.
I mean, that's
You
the
know?
only way everyone else can paint is when things get covered up. It was
Yeah,
a
and you-
weird dynamic, but
Yeah, and you just learn not to
Necessary.
be so attached to your pieces as well. Even today, I think it carries over. Like,
For sure.
most of my most favorite pieces have been painted over. But it's like, all right, well, I got, even if it was just a few weeks, like, cool. If it's less than that, a few days, like, cool, I got a picture of it, and you just have to, like, accept that. And But the park did that, kind of like, because that's,
Yeah.
you had to learn that.
Yeah. Beyond like painting, it definitely, there's lessons that you take on with you in your daily life. It's
Yeah.
strange how.
Just paint for the fun of it, not because it's,
So the act of doing it is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than the end result, one would
Right.
say.
Like the
Yeah.
letting go of it,
I hear you.
Yeah.
The one thing I think brought a lot of people back very often is that they always knew that it would never look the same the next day. That there'd
Yeah.
always be new shit. Always, whether it's crazy, amazing, cool, or just what the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
but it's kind of real life, It's like
Yeah.
all this stuff, like good, bad, crazy,
yeah.
high heels down the mountainside. I don't
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
seen so many
jeez.
people fall at that place.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
Jeez.
We had a whole audio discussion montage of like the tube right there, like just the
Yeah. The whoop,
Yeah,
was just so tragic.
it's like my
that-
shoe.
yeah.
that dirt hill on the right side.
Yeah.
Just be painting. Just look over it. Another one bites the dust.
Another
Yeah,
one.
just the comic relief. Girl, I'm so glad you brought that up because that is such an interesting and important perspective that I found through the project, sharing with people that these walls were like a visual open mic, and and even
Yeah.
hearing you say how building confidence, trying things. Wanting, not everything's meant to be recorded because that's it's more for the artist, for the creative, and some people as the audience, they're more the ones that would then be attached or would then come to me and be like, I can't believe this happened, and I'm like, yeah, but the artist was fine with that.
Yeah.
Like you don't. And then I would use
Yeah.
examples of, you when you hire an architect, you want to see a building that they built. You don't want to see their portfolio of drawings. And a lot of the artists are getting like other commissions they actually want to do by being able to practice and use these walls here. And then another thing I was bringing up is how like even chefs, I mean, literally everything they make is consumed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
All of their work.
yeah. And
Enjoy
then
it
like
for a moment.
right. That there's many different reasons and ways and why that we all do what we do, and getting the chance to do something you love and then give it to other people, is such a great gift. But I don't know, it's still funny to watch the way people react.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
oh,
they can't
no.
believe. Yeah. Are you painting over that? What's funny is whenever
Paint over your
we'll
own
be
work.
painting. Well, yeah,
That
done
too.
that many times. But what's funny is like you'll be painting a piece, can in your hand, you're facing the wall. Someone will come up to you. Are you painting that? Or
Or-
sometimes they'll like ask,
Like,
did
that
you
looks-
paint all of these?
Sometimes I'll be like,
I
that
wish.
looks great, and it's just the doodle grid, and I'm like, thank you, but it's literally just a grid. But I mean, they genuinely thought that looked great, so but it's cute, honestly. I mean,
Right? Yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
come back a little later.
you think this is good. I love that.
But yeah, but another thing too, just a bit painting at the new park, I think is important for people that are beginning because it's all levels. Because the public could go up and paint and do anything, like a 3-year-old can go paint, then you're like, it's okay because there's so many levels here. I don't have it doesn't matter if it doesn't look good or whatever, So having that, or I probably would have never painted murals had I not had that
100%.
experience there because I wasn't afraid of it looking bad or whatever, just or just being out there and everybody's looking at me
Yeah.
because there's everybody else is painting too, and
It's like
it's
me.
no big deal.
It's like me. All right, I'm gonna do the world's strongest man competition, but I don't have a gym to go to.
Yeah.
Hope Outdoor Gallery was my gym and my
Yeah.
soapbox and my billboard, and community center. It was all these things.
Yeah, and then you can get inspiration from other people. You can talk to, it was just, all of that.
Well, you get the combinations, you get the spotters like, hey, let me help you with this, or you need more paint, or you need a bottle of water, or how's that look? Oh, let me share, like, oh, you could shadow. Oh, how do I do that? Or like,
exactly. Definitely learned
feedback.
a lot. Definitely learned a lot from other artists.
Evan taught me a lot too.
I mean, it's kind of amazing to see the evolution of everybody, but like, you know, I watched a video before you guys arrived today of one of your pieces of like, I think it's like a 60-foot billboard level scale. I think it was with connections to, did you do part of the series with Bumble?
Oh yeah.
But like,
that's all
like
pencil white now.
lifts and like just seeing everyone being able to adapt to the very large scale, as well as having the finite starting with a sketch.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that was.
All thanks to Hope. 100%.
And I mean, the number of, quinceañeras that your work got to be in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember that? I'll
Well, you
never
stack
forget.
those up. You stack the 15s into the 30s, into the 45s, into the 50s.
Yeah, that was a real moment for me when I was at the park and a parent like came over to me and was like, "You don't know?" I'm like, "No," because their limo just pulled up and like all of them like, "This is amazing!" And the parent was like, "Oh, hey, who are you?" I'm like, "Oh," they're like, "You don't know?" I'm like, "What?" Like they're like, "Oh, every girl, like." It's like, and then we're stopping at Hope Outdoor Gallery. If you wanted a cool quinceañera in Austin at the time, you were including stopping at Hope Outdoor Gallery.
What? That's
so
awesome.
Like
I
the
didn't
parents
know
looked
that.
at me like, we did not have a choice. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I just thought that was amazing.
I thought you were talking about our taco truck, because one of the taco trucks we painted was it was like a prom, wasn't a quinceañera, but I think it was just a prom.
Oh,
in Queer Eye. That's what I thought you were talking about, because they originally told us, that we're serving the owners of the food truck, Takamaya, they were told us, we're gonna be feeding a quinceañera and it's on Queer Eye. So the truck was, it was just like a few little clips, but it was still really cool. That's what I thought you were talking about. But that's awesome that they used to stop by.
dude, so many things going on. I've seen music videos there. I've done proposals for like 3 people.
Oh yeah,
there.
lots of music videos.
Paint the "Will You Marry Me"?
And
They bring their to be whoever and
Fiance
surprise them
almost.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your record? How many of them were thumbs up?
They were all yeses. They all said yes.
3 for 3. Very nice. You never know.
Yeah.
That would be so
Sloke
awkward.
had a
if
no.
not- Really?
Sloke had a no. Wasn't it Sloke?
What? No
Yeah.
ways.
Oh.
That he did one and she checked the no box.
She
No
actually
ways.
sprayed it? Yes. Say it, don't spray it
Oh my
on
gosh.
that one. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
man.
Don't.
What?
Yeah.
At least have a maybe or let's talk. Or,
Wow.
let's move in together first.
Yeah, I was wondering because in
Wow.
the book, we had, I can't remember,
Dang.
like there was we ended up picking 2 of the marriage proposal stories and putting them in there, but
That one's
there
in the
was
book?
no,
That
No,
one
check
got
no.
rejected.
just salt on the. No,
Yeah.
I would never. But was totally amazed at the amount of submissions of marriage proposals.
Yeah, really cool.
That's really cute. That's an awesome, cute way to do it too.
Oh, it was legit.
That's so awesome.
And seeing the different ways that the artists would do it, and then those couples, they shared stories saying, then I met this artist, then got a commission our home, or just like the ongoing.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's part of their love story.
Yeah.
The walls do this double thing the park did, where had the opportunity to have all these beautiful visions come to life, but then you turn around and you got the most beautiful view of the city.
Yeah.
So if it's a good proposal or good moment, you get the art, and then you turn around and you get the whole view. So you kind of, it's a win-win. Always was. Always is.
It's such a beautiful, crazy moment in time that all those different things came together just for that.
Mm-hmm.
The construction that didn't finish to you guys finding it to, Brittany moving to Austin blindly and then finding it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All these crazy cool things.
How long did you guys? When did the park start? When did you guys?
So that was 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Man, so-
just
I moved.
2009, we launched the Hope Farmers Market, and just a few months later, and that's kind of the story of my friend who brought me to the walls is in the beginning of the second book of the These Walls Can Talk book. But yeah, it was
That's cool.
simultaneous, and man, it was, and it had been sitting there vacant for 30 years, and
30 years.
Oh man.
yeah, since the 80s, and was known as the foundation because it was a failed development. They had built it up and it had to be torn down. But yeah, it's so interesting.
It was built just for that. It really was.
Yeah.
And to see like
Crazy.
I really liked the people that would do like the elevator shaft pieces. I never got to do one of those, but I think Ulang did quite a few
Yeah.
of them that like were really
Jason.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He and Jason were, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the hardest. I used to watch him do the little roller
Yeah.
on a gigantic
Yeah.
extend pole, like the type of pole at festival, like
And just draw his
to
queen up.
Yeah, just to get that much detail in what
With-
felt like you make a mistake, you die.
Yeah.
Not that you would,
definitely sketchy.
but very,
Well, there
but
used to be
very
a lot more
challenging.
There used to be a lot more rebar around there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's like end of Mortal Kombat kind of ending. Nothing happened. Everything's safe.
Yeah.
Knock on everything.
I know. I'm knocking.
Definitely
Okay.
trained. That was definitely a training spot.
Yeah.
But that's. I will say this. That area was the area that if you want your work to stay up,
Yo, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
you know, get it to where they can't touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
dude, I remember coming out and he had put like a suspended sculpture.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
It's towards
like
the end.
What I'm thinking of too.
Yeah, and then the whole. I mean, which okay. So, do you have any like crazy, funny things that you ended up finding out there when you showed up? Like, I've told one of my favorite sculpture stories, but like I remember coming out and seeing this alien on top of. Of one of the telephone poles, like a stuffed green alien.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, someone shimmied up there just to put this, you know what I mean? Like, just stuff we would find out there.
There's so they got those elevator shafts, and then on the second level, you got those little platformers where Chris would set up his DJ's tables
Yeah,
and
second
stuff.
level.
You DJ'd out there too?
Underneath
Oh, yeah,
there,
a couple times.
That's so cool.
underneath those platforms, I didn't get the courage to ever crawl in there, but
Don't.
there's holes big enough that you can crawl in there, and there's I don't know what's down there. There's space and things, but yeah.
Oh, this has come up on the show
There's
multiple
street signs.
times. And for sure, on one side, there was apparently like a VIP lounge. And I guess, I don't know whether it was the same one or the other one. There was some guy that lived there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. These stories.
There's like pockets under there.
Right, right.
Man. Okay.
He would have.
I never.
He would have 3 riddles that you would have to solve. No.
Oh, man.
the real Hobbit.
So
Yeah.
maybe it's not an unfinished project. Maybe that is the project, and it's like the front of whatever's underneath there.
Yeah, it's a Meow Wolf portal. It just you just drop in there and then cotton candy everywhere, or maybe just cans. Cotton cans.
Yeah, there's a sofa. Do
Yeah,
it.
that's
Mm.
it's definitely a sofa.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's mildew. Anyway,
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember, oh, yeah, people, different installations, many chairs, and there was a throne one time, like a
I
whole
remember
chair that
seeing
was
yeah.
like a. I had a couple email me, and they asked they were going to do a pop-up wedding, or and so they asked me to be their witness, and I was.
Oh.
And they totally like emailed me all about it, and like it was, and they're like, yeah, just like a drive-by wedding. I'm like, okay, and it was under the sign, and their kids. I mean, whole deal, and I was their witness.
the drive-by where they're just throwing rice at you.
No, yeah, it was amazing. Jeez. Oh well, so you know, on each show we've been asking our guests to please share a quote or a saying or a feeling that you want to have on a brick. I'm pretty sure both of you already have bricks at the park, but this is more like kind of sharing with people listening. You know, like something, whatever you want, but what's your
Yeah.
inspiration or?
Mantra, feel, whatever.
Being that it all started at the original outdoor gallery, which was at a area or place called Castle Hill. A lot of artists would be like, hey, I'm going to the hill, or I'm going to Castle Hill. I would like to put a castle ruled by all.
Aw,
Just gets
that's
that
good.
community vibe, we're all kings and queens here, so let's rule together kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not a wordsmith like this guy, but
He is,
I mean,
and it's
seriously.
reflected in his work. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. I really hadn't thought about that much, but I mean, I would either just put something like maybe a little cheesy, but go for it. Just believe in yourself, because I mean that's what art has given me and what the hope gave me. So, I mean, something cheesy like that. If I thought of something better, I'll let you guys know.
Dude, no, I love it.
But-
I love it.
But I mean, not
Definitely
don't,
speaks
don't
to
be
your
afraid
story.
to like try. And
Right.
just you don't have to be good. You just do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't help it. I was just thinking, might be awesome if we could make a plush doll of Charlie,
Oh my gosh.
and then maybe
Please.
one of Efren too.
Oh yeah. Or Charlie was here.
Like a baby Charlie that people could buy,
Oh my
and then
God, I
like
am down for that.
Efren just like jumping in the air.
It comes with accessories like little wire hangers. And shit.
Yeah, let's please do this. Let's make this happen.
Shout out to
Your
D
dog
Money.
gets locked in the
D
car.
Money's wire hanger. I got y'all. I got you. Give me
Exactly.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh
Wasn't
man.
even 5 minutes.
That's amazing.
It's like, here you go.
Kind people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
just cool.
We're so glad to have y'all here, and thank you for sharing so much about the park, your stories, your love story, your art story. Before we go, as a punsmith, I've noticed that a lot of your pieces, Efren, you put little tags and little statements, little phrases and shit. Is there any phrases that you can remind me of some of the pieces that you've add a little pun game into there? Because we might cut to some visuals and such of it later, but I'm just trying to remember a few.
I think one of the earlier ones, to me, it was kind of like a joke I was sharing with the city of Austin, is my Matthew McConaughey piece, taken from a scene from Dazed and Confused. Basically, just says, "Keep Austin weird. It'd be a lot cooler if you did."
Right.
I've done a lot with the owls, like "I'll always love you," or
Owl always.
or "All right, all right, all right."
All right. Got it. Didn't you do one with Lance? What was the?
Yeah, so-
yes, that was early.
That was
my gosh.
another joke sharing with this city. Lance Armstrong, I'm not sure if he still lives here, but lived in Austin at the time, and photo of him when he just finished one of his Tour de France's, and he's giving a peace sign, and the phrase says, "This city is dope."
That's right. Yeah, it's a good
And-
starting point.
Another one with Elijah Wood. I think he still lives here. I'm not sure, but him as Frodo says, "One city to rule them all."
That's right. I remember, yeah. Those were some early pieces, and,
Yeah.
and just kind of like what I noticed is that, I go down South Congress and you go to a couple spots that have creative but like little gifts and thoughtful things. Someone else like took photos of all this art throughout town, and they make coasters out of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
prints, all this shit. And I remember seeing, like early on, seeing your work. Someone else is selling it, someone else is making money, but I'm also like, well, these are landmarks now. These are places that people drive by and see, and it's part of the city.
Yeah, I've actually connected with one of those galleries and get royalties off of one
Nice.
of them. And
Yeah.
then I sent a
Nice.
little cease and desist to another one, but they kind of revamped the same concept into a different design, but whatever. And I've seen it on Amazon, and You guys know a lawyer by chance?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's for a whole other episode that
Another
we'll get into
podcast.
another time.
Oh, but these walls can talk, you know.
yeah.
So,
They can talk.
damn. Yeah, but for sure, the life of a creative.
Yeah,
But-
it's all temporary anyway. So
You know what?
The best flattery, whatever.
best flattery is cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Is pay me.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Paint me or pay me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, thank you guys for being here. It's
is
always amazing. And again, to hear more about your love story as much as everything else is pretty awesome. So,
He's already.
Thank you.
yeah,
He's
volcanoes and all this
Yeah.
shit. But yeah.
Karaoke rooms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're going
I
to.
can't believe I told that one on like.
Don't worry. Nobody.
air.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
That
That's
was really
happening.
fun. That
So-
was fun.
So we're gonna head out. We're gonna have. We're gonna go sing some songs together and figure that out. But yeah, thank you
Thank
guys
you so
again.
much for this.
Britt paints a lot in the house.
Thank you so much.
ER, my boy Efren, Everyday
you.
Research, yeah, and Charlie the dog.
Charlie Fluffy Dog. Yep.
Yeah, you can find them all.
All on IG.
That's it. Well, we'll see everyone soon, and come back again. These walls can talk, and we'll see y'all next time.
You have been listening to These Walls Can Talk, a Hope Outdoor Gallery podcast, powered by Dropbox, DocsEnd, and Ibble.